We're now in part 5 of Desjardins' discussion of affirmative action, and we're going to examine arguments against preferential treatment. First argument is based on merit or qualifications, that preferential treatment doesn't acknowledge them. And the second argument is based on equal respect for all persons, again, that preferential treatment does not engage in this kind of equal respect. We must now examine arguments against and for preferential treatment, that is to say, of stronger affirmative action. In the background of both of these is, among others, the idea that white males are unfairly discriminated against in preferential treatment, and we can read a response to this idea in these arguments. We first examine the arguments against the preferential treatment. Arguments for preferential treatment will be examined in the next recording. The first objection is that merit or qualifications are being ignored. It is the argument that the best qualified candidates are unfairly passed down for hire when preferential treatment affirmative action is employed. Desjardins responds by pointing out that the issue of qualifications is not as clear as it may seem. First of all, an organization may prefer to hire a less experienced or educated person in order to shape them according to the needs of the company with greater ease. So here, less education and experience would be a qualification. Second, we must ask whether the access to acquisition of qualifications is fair and equally open to everyone. Luck plays a great role here. It is a matter of luck of being born in the right place at the right time, in the right kind of a family, to be especially well positioned to acquire many skills and other qualifications. Whom one knows makes a difference as far as learning about positions, receiving recommendations, and so on. Qualifications, as such, without any further conditions, are only a fair criterion for hiring if their acquisition is equally open to all. In this light, it is only unproblematic to hire someone because they come from the same college as the employer if access to that college or other such positions are equally open to all. Third, minority diversity may itself be a qualification. Diversity frequently gives an edge with regard to creativity or greater perceptiveness that comes from diverse perspectives. In this sense, in college admissions, diversity is frequently acknowledged as a qualification, insofar as it makes for a more diverse and informed and creative classroom. The same may be said with regard to many jobs. The second objection to preferential treatment is that it does not respect equal rights of all persons, that it is another act of unfair discrimination, this time against white males. Desjardins responds by pointing out that there's a difference between violating rights for unfair gain due to hatred and so on, and overriding rights for higher moral principles. When persons in the past were enslaved or not hired on the basis of race and gender, that was either on the basis of hatred or striving for unfair gain. When it comes to preferential action, in the context of affirmative action, however, rights are not violated, but are rather overridden in order to undo unfair disadvantages on the basis of past slavery or discrimination for the sake of restoring justice or for the sake of greater justice.